You know, I was just thinking, what would have been a pretty good cameo for David Cage to appear in this game. Because David Cage appeared in Indigo Prophecy in the tutorial. Then in Heavy Rain, there's that psychiatrist who, I don't think is played by Cage, but everyone looks at him and says it's probably him, with his big sign that says Ego. I think that David Cage could have appeared in this game when you go into the Eden Club, and like you're passing by all the sex bots, and then maybe like the owner of the Eden Club says, that one over there is our most in-demand model, and then like you see a quick look at a capsule, and inside is David Cage just standing there, just wearing like his normal clothes. He's just standing there smiling at you. It doesn't actually get into that, it just pans back to Connor and Hank, and they're continuing on the case. They just want to let you know that David Cage is in demand. Just a thought that I had. By the way, we got an achievement last time. Our newest, rarest achievement is Hank killing Connor. Not many people get this one. It's not surprising. You kind of have to try to get this one, I think. So only 17% of players got Connor shot in the head by Hank. Well, let's continue on. Attempting to become human in Detroit. Though it's just not it's just not going very well. It's just not going very well. So, next chapter coming up is Connor is going to be investigating Marcus's break-in at the broadcast tower. We did not kill anyone. We did not. So, that investigation probably will be a bit different. We're not going to go up to the roof where Simon is, so we're not going to end up getting Simon killed and caught and put into an evidence locker, I assume. Of course, before we do that, we have some videos to watch.
I'm glad to see you again. I hope you had a pleasant day.
Oh, I'm having such a
Continue your story?
I'm having such a better day right now that I'm talking to you, Chloe. Is it tonight that I'm going to shoot you in the head? It might be. It might be tonight. I don't know if it is. I'll just say I'm sorry in advance.
Accessing the extras section.
Let's go to videos. Okay, so let's see. There's short movie Car, debut teaser, Discovering Detroit, Car and Marcus Connor, Detroit interactive story, making of Detroit, soundtrack of Detroit. Hey, let's talk about the making of it. How did they make this thing? Yeah, I want to buy it. Tell me how you made it.
Detroit Become Human was produced over a period of 4 years. Here in Paris, we have a team of about 180 people. And to that, we need to add also all the outsourcing with our partners in the Philippines, in China, Vietnam, and in India.
So when we started working on this story, I had to imagine where Kara was built. And for whatever reason, the city of Detroit came very quickly to my mind because it had already an incredible story by itself of history and themes. So we traveled there with the team and we were really moved by what we saw, and we could really feel the desire to fight and really be born again. And we just continued this curve, this growth, and just imagine what Detroit would be like if the Android industry was, using these huge factories to build androids there.
A very strong element in Detroit is that there's a lot of industrial wasteland and a lot of nature too, and for us, the graphic designers, it was an incredible playground. The destroyed zones which we wanted to preserve, we appropriated them to turn into something else. Then in the areas that needed to be rebuilt, we were able to imagine our Detroit of the future. We didn't want to make a science fiction universe, but a world of anticipation. If we chose science fiction, we could have imagined flying cars, extraterrestrials, but those things are very far from our current everyday life.
Not living androids. Not at all.
Contemporary reality, the one we know, because Detroit is set in 2038, and 2038 is tomorrow. The difficulty we had was sticking to reality. That is to say, technology becoming more and more invisible, a lot more elegant, and at the same time, making it visual. So all the computer equipment, autonomous cars, we simply had to invent. They are in fact very technological objects, but at the same time remain very credible and ingrained in reality. To create a cohesive universe in the fashion and clothing of the human characters in 2038, I didn't want to put an accent on strange shapes, or really vibrant colors, and things we wouldn't know. That I wanted to keep for the androids. The goal was to create something familiar which we can identify with in this future setting. Working on the artistic direction for the androids was a bit special because this is a project about the place they could occupy in the human world. It was out of the question for them to be too beautiful or too perfect. They had to correspond to every social class, rich and poor. Inspired by everyday utilitarian clothes, I brought a modern touch by adding dynamic display surfaces, the armband we can see on the side, the triangle on the front and back, an LED. Like that, there's no confusion.
Wait. You're sending an android?
All right, ma'am. We need to go.
You can't do that. Why aren't you sending a real person?
Once we cast the actors, we travel to meet them in order to scan their faces. We record the structure of their face with the scan, and we record the colors and patches of skin with photography. Once we have this information, we will use this as a basis for modeling and creating the characters. The artist will make it more realistic, but will also enrich it. He will propose ideas which we will develop together. Finally, we will have a character with character who corresponds to the project and the world. When the actors come to Quantic Dream, we show them the design, what their image will be, and what they will look like in the game. This extra information gives them another dimension and color to connect with emotionally. It helps them think about how to play their character.
Your mission. That's all you care about, huh?
You should consult a professional who can help you.
Beat it, you hear me? Get the hell out of here!
So there are 3 types of shoots at Quantic Dream. Shooting and performance capture, where you capture the whole actor, his voice.
I kind of wish they would just show that entire drunk scene. Oh man, look at that mustache. I kind of wish they would just show the entire drunk scene being shot.
There are the body-only shoots, representing around 250 days of filming, while the performance capture is 100 days of filming. Now, body-only shoots, there are 2 types. There are the action shoots and the technical shoots, which are Mocap shoots. Mocap is when the player controls a character on the screen, and he moves in an environment to explore it. This is of particular importance at Quantic Dream, and therefore we shoot a lot to offer a unique context for each scene and each character.
To prepare a motion capture shoot, we first get together to look at the sets we need, the animations that we want to shoot, which ones need to be grouped together, or which ones need to be cut and shot at another time, so that we get the most out of the shooting day. This often means shooting scenes out of order, especially those with big props or accessories, like a big car, for example. So we shoot all the animations related to that particular prop first. The biggest challenge for the Mocap team was shooting a Spider-Man Mokit. We had to build a wall and attach an actor to a harness with cables so we could pull him up and render him climbing.
The shooting on this game total took about, I would say, more than a year, maybe 1 and 2 years, with about 300 actors on set. So I would say it's quite a massive production. But so much happened on this set between the stunts and the shootings with a little girl and all these great actors that we had. It was really a very, very memorable journey for the team and for myself.
Today, Detroit has over 37,000 animations. When we retrieve the motion capture data, it's just a cloud of points, which represent all the markers worn by the actors. From this cloud of points, we have a phase called retargeting, which gives us a skeleton. This skeleton will be applied to the characters of the game. There is still work to be done, but this gives us the main movements. Since we are working on something very realistic, we must recognize the actor and also recover all the emotion he expresses in his performance. We use a system of facts. An identity card.
I don't remember those facial
The
expressions.
actor do a whole range of facial expressions. Then we recover all the expressions and paste the animations on a puppet that Jan has prepared. I then recover and refine these poses. I might stretch the lip, reinflate a cheek, tiny details that make the finished product really capture the actor.
Because of the nature of our mocap system today, when we receive the animations, we're missing eye movements, and so the character has that dead look. He really has no eyes, so then it's a big part of the work for the animators to find the regard of the actor in relation to his position, in relation to the body, etc.
It was crazy when I saw the newest model for Kara, because they've been working on it and working on it, and this was the first time I literally jumped in my seat. It not only looked so much like me, it was the fact that it looked so lifelike. It wasn't that it looked just like it was a camera, it was something else, you know, but it looked alive. It's exciting, and it's kind of terrifying.
They could make me do whatever they want.
The rules of optics and filming, and our goal with Detroit Become Human was to have cameras that would actually emulate the optics of a real physical camera. So basically dealing with real-world imperfections was our main task, and just to make cameras look as real as we can.
Once the animations are shot and processed by the animation department, integrated and polished, we film them. That is to say, we really do a mise en scène, as in cinema. The real difficulty of our job is to know if these cameras are telling us something. Are they in the emotion of the scene? Do they describe exactly what the action must convey, what must be felt? The most important challenge for me was one of the final scenes where Marcus decides to start the revolution.
I like that his t-shirt said Hellfest.
Very quickly, we imagined this to be a huge sequence shot. We wanted the feeling of a cameraman running behind us, while showing Marcus, the androids who help him, the person shooting at us, etc. Above all, it was necessary to say to oneself, this scene is very violent but does not glorify war. On the contrary, that war is something improbable and absurd. It was really a fun challenge.
The idea...
Well, my playthrough kind of glorified it maybe a little bit.
Characters, we would like each of them to have a specific cinematography. We wanted Kara to be much more filmed with some kind of handheld camera, to have something very living, very breathing. For Connor, we wanted something very cold and very perfect. And for Marcus, we wanted something epic and spectacular. So it was about the filming, but it was also about the photography. So we worked with a director of photography to give each character a different lighting, different key colors. Each of them would have their own worlds. And finally, we worked with the composers, so they would create a specific sound for each character, so each would have his own world and his own style.
So much graphics, so many little balls on the face, capturing the emotions. It's like those actors, they're human, but then they became digital, so their characters could start as androids and then become human. It's all circle. The circle of life. It's all connected, right, Chloe? It's all connected. Let's continue on. So let us imagine the actors playing Connor and Hank in their mocap suits with all the little balls on the face as they walk into the building. Or rather, they walk onto the stage, looking around, pretending to see things. It's always funny to think about them acting like that. We do have to start with Amanda first. Right. Is there a magic stone I should put my hand on? As one does. Oh, actually, we should get it. We should have a third gravestone now, don't we? We never ask what that is. But it saves us in the end. Well, it saved us the first time. Don't know if we're actually gonna... if that's actually gonna come up this time, considering the different path we've been taking. Well, Amanda is sitting in that boat waiting for Connor to just paddle her around. But let's take a look around before we head on over there. Ah, here are the tombstones. Yeah, third one has now appeared. Shot by our good buddy. Mm-hmm. And Mark III. It's hard to actually see what that says. Difficult to see that text on that background. I doubt it says he was shot in the head by his partner. It probably doesn't say that. But I would like it if it did, but I don't think it does. So let's go talk to Amanda about being shot in the head by our own partner. It wasn't our fault at all. We were being completely professional.
Hello, Connor. I thought you might enjoy a little cruise.
Well, I'm the one who has to operate the oars, Amanda, it seems.
I love this place. Everything is so calm and peaceful.
Are you ever anywhere else?
Noise of the world.
It's like you're just always here, it seems.
Tell me, what have you discovered?
Let's talk about that, Hank.
I'm having difficulties with Lieutenant Anderson. He's unstable, even hostile. He shot me in the head last night.
It's quite a line to say.
You seem lost, Connor. Lost and perturbed.
No, I'm determined.
I'm just frustrated with my lack of progress. But I'm determined to accomplish my mission.
I still don't know if Amanda's opinion of Connor matters. It seemed like it never did.
If your investigation doesn't make progress soon, I may have to replace you, Connor.
Well, I'm confident.
I know I will succeed. All I need is time.
Something's happening. Something serious. Hurry, Connor.
It's a disturbance in the android force.
Why did you shoot me last night?
Who cares? You're back this morning, aren't you?
Some fragments of memory are lost every time I'm destroyed. It slows down the investigation.
My humblest apologies. I promise I'll never shoot you again.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
We got a little bit of a new conversation there.
Hi, Hank. Shit, what's going on here? There was a party and nobody told me about it?
Yeah, it's all over the news, so everybody's butting their nose in. Even the FBI wants a piece of the action.
Ah, Christ, now we got the feds on our back. I knew this was gonna be a shitty day. So what do we got?
A a group of 4 androids. They knew the building, and they were very well organized. I'm still trying to figure out how they got this far without being noticed.
Before we keep walking, let me just look at this flow chart. What did we do? So we got that. There were 3 things in the corridors before we get to the broadcast room. 4th thing, actually. I guess I should look around. Seems like I missed a few things.
Did you check the roof? Not yet. There's so much to look at.
They attacked 2 guards in the hallway. Probably thought the androids were coming to do maintenance.
Well, I'm not seeing any yellow points aside from this one right here.
One of the station employees managed...
I think we got that one last time. No other points appearing.
He's in shock. Not sure when we'll be able to talk to him.
How many
And in here? Still nothing.
people were working here?
Just 2 employees and 3 androids.
I mean, we're about to go into this broadcast room.
Humans hostage and broadcast their message live. Then made their getaway from the roof.
The roof?
Oh, I just warped outside.
Jumped with parachutes. We're still trying to figure out where they landed.
Let me just take a look around a little bit more. Is there like a few points on that weren't unlocked?
I'll check that.
Yeah, no prompts coming up, but I just wanted to see. Just wanted to see if I could interact with anything before we go into that broadcast room. All right, let's take a look at that flow chart. Walked up and down, but it didn't really seem like there was anything. Check CCTV. Still like some things here. Well, analyze dead employee. Obviously, I can't do that because no one's dead. So maybe analyze guard next to phone. Guard next to phone is not dead either. So maybe, like, depending on choices that I made in the previous chapter, maybe there would have been other things here that could be.
Oh, Lieutenant, this is Special Agent Perkins from the FBI. Lieutenant Anderson is in charge of investigating for Detroit police.
Hey, I'm going to be unnecessarily antagonistic to
My
you,
name is Connor.
because I'm in the FBI.
Sent by Cyberlife.
Androids investigating androids, huh? You sure you want an android hanging around? After everything that happened? Whatever. The FBI would take over the investigation, you soon be off the case.
No, pleasure meeting you. Have a nice day.
And you watch your step. Don't fuck up my crime scene.
What a fucking prick.
What a prick. Why couldn't we have gotten the kind of FBI agent who talks about, like, cherry pie all the time? Who's, like,
Well, let's have a look around.
likable and eccentric. Why can't I get one of those?
We ask that you recognize our dignity, our hopes, and our rights. Together, we can live in peace and build a better future for humans and androids. This message is the hope of a people. You gave us life, and now the time has come for you to give us freedom.
I think that's RA9.
I wish I knew, Hank.
Deviants say RA9 will set them free.
It makes sense, because Marcus is, like, the prophesized leader and everything. But that particular combination of letters and a number don't seem to come up. One thing I did notice, looking at this scene last time we did it, was, well, we find out Marcus's prototype, Marcus's serial number here. We find out that his model is RK200. I think Connor's model is RK800, which means Connor is a more advanced Marcus model They're of the same line.
You see something?
I identified its model and serial number.
Anything else I should know?
No.
Maybe that's why Connor is acting kind of weird here. Yeah, it says on his back, RK800. So they are of the same line. Now, last time, of course, I went up the stairs. You know, the reason I went up the stairs to the roof is because it said go to the kitchen. So I figured that's where the next step of the mission is going to be. So I should probably just go up the stairs first, right? Before I go into that kitchen. And it turned out that going up the stairs was actually just a completely different fork in the mission that leads to its own ending. Alright. Here's our crew. No, they didn't.
They didn't break in?
No signs of forced entry.
There are cameras in the hallway. The staff would have seen what was happening. Why did they let him in?
Maybe they didn't check the cameras.
But that doesn't make sense because... an android was manning this station.
Stored the station androids in the kitchen. There's no evidence that they were involved, but we didn't know what else to do with them.
Well, it doesn't make sense that an android would be derelict in its duty. Let's see. Anything else here? I got cap video camera. There's like some other stuff, but again, maybe things would be different based on what I did last time. Like, here's some bullet holes, but those are not... I didn't make these bullet holes. Or did my other androids make them? Maybe... Oh, it was probably North. North probably started opening fire, as she will do. She'll do it. I'm pretty sure I did not shoot at anyone. Oh, there's more yellows over there.
Connor? You remember me? I was on that terrace. That android that took the little girl hostage?
Oh, it's the guy we put the tourniquet on.
I was shot. You saved me.
Well, it was a different Connor.
Must be mistaken.
Of course. It couldn't be you. That Connor was destroyed. I would have died on that terrace. Connor saved my life. Even if it wasn't you, I just wanted to say thank you.
Maybe that conversation would have gone a bit different if Connor hadn't died. So it would have been the same Connor. But of course, my first time playing through the game, I did not save that guy. I did not actually notice him when I was walking towards Daniel. Alright, so this is the assault rifle. Right. Yeah, there we go. Our people were shooting, and then they were shooting their rifles here, and then that's how he knows that they go up to the roof. But we're not going up to that roof this time. Yep, there's more like blue blood around. Here's Simon's blood. perpetrators were androids. Shocking. So I guess the basic idea here is we're following a trail of clues that shows that one of the deviants ran this way, was shot, fell, and then ran out up the stairs, so an injured deviant went up to the roof, so we should probably check out the roof. But of course they do specifically tell you, check out the kitchen. So those are your choices. What else do we have on this flowchart? Alright, yeah, we hit most of the stuff. There's a couple things down here, but I don't see anything else here. Alright, let's head to the kitchen. I don't think Marcus touched any of the androids and made them go deviant. Oh wait, is that the exit? No. That's where we came in. So kitchen must be this way. So I didn't think Marcus made them go deviant, but why would they be derelict in their duties? Uh-oh. You three, just wait there for a second. Just have some important business. Would you three like to hear about Bleeding Blue, how Cyberlife created a technological revolution? Because I think that's... A quantum magnet can scrub carbon from the air? These are things we need to know about. After decades of android designs that were primitive, robotic, and expensive, Cyberlife revolutionized the industry through an innovation of their CEO and visionary, Elijah Kamsky. Wait, decades? This takes place 19 years from now. Does that mean that Cyberlife right now is creating just bad, ineffectual robotic designs? Because I don't think that's happening right now. Therium-310, the chemical name of blue blood, which is a trademark, is a compound vital to the functioning of all Cyberlife androids, circulating energy and electrical information throughout the machine's body. This fluid powers biocomponents, synthetic organs that roughly reflect the organ system of humans. Some of these organs serve important functions, maintain temperature, circulating blue blood, and so on, while others seem to make the androids seem more human, lungs to simulate breathing. As with humans, the loss of blue blood will impair an android's functions, ultimately resulting in shutdown. Blue blood is essential for Cyberlife's android's key selling point, how human they seem. That this wonder chemical, both a power supply and a way of regulating the android's internal systems, was developed by one man who isn't even a trained chemist, only furthers the myth of Elijah Kamsky. Oh, this wonderful, impossible man! Thank you, Elijah Kamsky, for making androids that appear completely human. You could have just made them not look human. That probably would have been better, but you made them look exactly human. You are an amazing person. Mass forest fires expected in California, Arizona, and New Mexico. Let's talk about the green earth and the clean fruit craze, because Detroit urban farms, changing the way we eat. America's urban centers all face two growing problems: unemployment and lack of access to healthy, low-calorie food. But Detroit urban farms, a pilot scheme in Michigan's capital city, may have find a solution to both. It's hard to make myself say it like that. May have found a solution to both. Duff is an urban initiative that takes city dead space, such as high rooftops and unused courtyards, and turns them into GM-free farmland. These farms are then staffed by urban unemployed, offering decent wages and supervisory roles to people who might otherwise turn to welfare or crime. All food is grown without pesticides or other chemicals, and the organic produce that results in sold through... I don't think this sentence is right. All food is grown without pesticides or other chemicals, and the organic produce that results in sold through specialist organic retailers. Alright, power through it. And with obesity in Detroit at record high... That is not true, game. I've seen the people in this town. They are mostly quite thin. There's exceptions. You got your Todds. Overall, people seem to be in fairly good shape in Detroit in the future. More greens on the plate can only be a good thing. When brothers Daniel and Parker Trent started the initiative 5 years ago, they couldn't even get funding. We went to every bank in the city, but nobody would lend us enough for a shovel. Now, Duff employs over 50 staff supervising hundreds of androids. We get requests every day from investment firms offering us capital, but we'd rather stay independent. The ethical side of what we do is very important to us. If it means fewer unemployed and better quality food on the table, who could object? And if that better quality food maybe is made of the unemployed, well, now we got a stew going. Let's see. Don't think there's anything else. All right, you three. Let me check my flow chart. Just be patient, you three. I'm going to get to you. I'm going to get to you. I just want to check something. Where are we? We're in the kitchen. I read those. So talking to these three what is this? Talking to these three androids is gonna like make a big bunch of choices happen. All right, let's interrogate. Look for a reaction. Or we're assuming that one of these three is indeed a deviant. What's your function?
What is your function?
I am a broadcast operator.
And model?
State your model.
Model GB300. Serial number 336-445-581.
Got some different questions now. What's your memory like?
Has anybody accessed your memory recently?
Not to my knowledge.
We know that they don't like having their memory scanned. Diagnostic?
Run a diagnostic.
All systems fully operational.
You might have had a slight emotion on that face. It was hard to say.
Were you present when the deviants broke in?
I do not remember.
Have you been in contact with any other androids recently?
Only station androids in the normal course of my function.
One of you saw the attack on the surveillance cameras and said nothing, which means there's a deviant in this room. And I'm going to find out which it is.
Should we have just told them that outright? Well, maybe the idea is that we want to make them nervous.
You're going to be switched off. We're gonna search your memory and tear you apart piece by piece for analysis. You're going to be destroyed. Do you hear me? Destroyed!
He didn't answer when I asked him if he heard me.
Why should you all be destroyed if only one is deviant? Turn yourself in or 2 innocent androids will be shut down because of you.
Well, Connor really is adopting the LP-bot method of investigation. If we destroy all of them, then the deviant absolutely does not get away.
If you give yourself up, maybe I can convince the humans not to destroy you.
Well, let's see. Violence, bluff, torture, probe memory. What if I wanted to probe your memory?
No memory.
Can I only do that once? Why don't I just do it to all of them? Alright, I'm going to torture you now.
Biocomponent 8451 regulates the heartbeat. Without this module, you'll shut down in exactly 63 seconds. I could put it back. But you just have to tell me the truth. Are you the Deviant?
Well, you're doing a good job of staying stone-faced. Let me do some... I'm going to do a violence to you now.
You scumbag! I know it's you. You're just a fucking deviant. Go on, admit it!
They're pretty good.
The deviants have just been caught. They gave you up. There's no point in lying. I know everything.
Are we concluding that? Well, we're crossing that out. Could that be correct? I mean, Marcus didn't touch anyone, though. So maybe if there is a deviant, was the deviant already there before they came in? Let's see. Deviant not found. Yeah, if we did find, it would lead to all this. But we did not. So I guess that means we have to give up on this. We are concluding that... and that means that we're now going to go to the rooftop? Yep, I do not have the option to continue harassing these androids. Well, that means we have to go up to this roof. I wasn't seeing much in the way of facial expressions. Like, there was a little bit... Like, the first time I questioned the one on the right, I thought maybe there was a slight little bit of emotion, but I don't know if that was accurate.
Made their way up through the whole building, past all the guards, and jumped off the roof with parachutes. Pretty fucking impressive, I'd say.
I can only assume that maybe you just have to ask whichever one's the deviant, you just have to ask them enough threatening questions to make their stress level go up. Like, maybe that would be it. I did separate the questions all among them, and maybe that's not what you do. Maybe you have to focus on one specifically and break them down.
How'd they manage to smuggle in a big bag like that?
They didn't. Someone brought it in for them.
Oh, that's strange. They planned a perfect operation but got the number of parachutes wrong.
That is a weird thing.
Unless one of the deviants was left behind.
I doubt that could have happened. It does seem odd that we didn't have the option to just read everyone's memory. It's clear Connor can do that without any effort. But we could only do it to one of them. Yep, let's look over the side of the building. Can I look too? Doesn't seem like I can. But this cop over here is real interested, staring out the side. And there we go. Yeah, that's right, we can. Yep, that's where they jumped. Maybe if we keep staring, we'll eventually see them. Oh, here's the FBI. We're not talking about anything, it seems, though. Well, we know where our man is. Last time, we did find him. Let me just take a look at the flowchart while we're here. So, I guess there's only one possible outcome. It seems like you can't do anything except find Simon. Though there is one thing that we did not... There's one padlock on that. What is that one? Oh, probably it's if we killed Simon, then we could investigate Simon's body on the roof. So that's probably the only thing left that I haven't found, which means that we probably should just go open up the door. Hey, Simon.
Stop them! If they destroy it, we won't learn anything!
We can't save it. It's too late. We'll just get ourselves killed.
Charge the Deviant. That was pretty easy, actually.
Connor! Connor, you alright? Connor!
Okay.
Are you hurt?
I'm okay.
Jesus. Oh, you scared the shit out of me. For fuck's sake, I told you not to move! Why do you never do what I say?
I was connected to its memory. When it fired, I felt it die. Like I was dying. I was scared. I saw something. In its memory. A word. Painted on a piece of rusty metal. Jericho.
Oh, that'll be a big software instability right there. Hank, I experienced death. Like, not the death that when you shot me, because I don't remember what happened then, like, after you shot me. Like, I experienced death, but I kept on remembering what happened afterwards. So, let's see. Reach Simon. Flash from Simon's memory. Simon self-destructs. Connor was traumatized. The result is Connor was traumatized. Let's see the percentage on that. 10% of players traumatized Connor. So we got a padlock unlock here. So we got something new from that. Let's see, reach Simon. I guess the alternative is die. That's right, last time we stayed in cover, and basically no one did that. Look, we had to be cautious when we were on our original Connor and being friends with Hank. We had to be cautious, but this time we threw the caution to the wind and got Connor traumatized. Meanwhile, Deviant not see. Okay, 87% entered the kitchen, and I guess 82% found the Deviant. Only 5% failed to find it. So once again, on that rare path, getting the rare outcomes. Most people get this. Most people get all this. Whatever this is, there's a bunch of choices that would have happened if we found that Deviant, but we did not. We did not find it, so we went back up to the roof and getting the rare outcomes. Connor was traumatized. probably going to take a little bit of a break and be back as we are continuing on with this Detroit. Connor was traumatized, but it was all worth it. We now know that somewhere is a metal plate with the word Jericho painted on it. Ah, time to meet Rose and ask to travel on her underground railroad to Canada. Gotta go north. On this subterranean... a subway. We'll call it a subway. Like I said last time, I have been trying to be distant from Alice. The game really doesn't let you do that very much. But we're trying. I know in this chapter we can have Alice see a dead body. Well, dead android body. So there's that.
For Rose? Is she here?
What do you want with her?
I need to talk to her.
She doesn't want to talk. Go away.
Please, I really need to see her.
I'm Rose. What can I do for you?
I was told you could help us.
Help you? Come on. It's better if we talk inside.
Do you think we can trust him?
No.
We have to be careful. If it feels wrong, we get out fast, okay?
I'm with you.
Well, we don't want to do that. Let's see. What does the flowchart have to say? All we can do is... well, we can check on Alice, but we won't do that. We can go inside the house. It doesn't seem like there's much else to do besides let Alice see the dead body.
Come in. What's your name?
Alice.
She's running a fever.
Shouldn't Rose recognize that Alice is a... Rose sees a lot of androids, right?
You can put her to bed and I'll bring her some.
Like, a lot of androids have come here, and she's helped them out. And you think there's only a limited number of android models. Like, Kara, maybe I could see that she didn't recognize that she's an AX400 because she changed her hair and all that. A little less recognizable. No, I can't go downstairs. Can I just, like, look around your house, or... just, like, anything else? Man, I feel more obligated, like I'm forced more to look after Alice than I was to obey any of Todd's commands. Is there a point where, like, a red wall can appear in front of me and it says care for Alice, and then I have to pound it until I knock it down? Even if you were human, you're old enough to handle this part yourself, Alice. Tuck in.
I'm fine, Gar. We can't stop because of me.
No, I agree.
Get across the border. Why do humans hate us? We didn't do anything wrong.
Maybe they're unhappy. And they just need someone else to blame.
Why can't we just talk to each other? They'd see we're not bad.
Why can't I just say nothing for all of these?
Sometimes it's easier to hate than to talk.
I don't know what you like, but I made you Rose's world-famous spaghetti. You'll be back on your feet in no time.
I'm sorry you wasted that food, Rose.
I'll get these washed and dried.
I'll be downstairs if you need anything.
Get some sleep. And tomorrow, you'll be stronger than me.
I mean, theoretically, there's nothing stopping her programming from doing that, Luther. Like, I don't really know how our muscles work. All right, let's have a chat.
I didn't get your name.
I'm Kara.
This is my son, Adam. I'm Rose, but you know that already. Come and have a seat, Kara. So are you gonna tell me what a deviant's doing in the snow with a little girl?
Forgot what we chose last time. Let's be cautious.
It's a long story. All that matters now is that we move on from here and start a new life.
Why do you help?
Why are you helping us? Most humans hate androids.
My people were often made to feel their lives were worthless.
Oh, I do remember this answer.
Only because they found others who helped them along the way.
I think that's probably what I chose. Oh, can we choose everything? Maybe.
We're not the first ones to come here.
These past few weeks, we've seen more and more. I don't know what's going on, but something's happening.
We've heard you help androids cross the border. Can you help us?
The only way is over the river, and it's mostly frozen in winter. It's very risky. And after that android speech on TV, everybody's on edge. It's probably safer for you to stay here until things settle down.
Well, we don't have any choice about that.
We can't keep hiding like this. Alice needs to feel safe and have a normal life. We have to get across that border. No matter what.
Even if it means other androids have to sacrifice their lives for me.
You've got to help us.
I really mean no matter what, Rose.
What's going on?
It's Mary. She just shut down.
We escaped together. We used to talk about what we would do once we got across the border. I loved her. I loved her more than anything. What will I do without her?
Let's let them be.
Alice?
Did you smell the dead android?
I wasn't sleepy.
No, you can stay. Check it out. The presence of the child causes his circle to turn yellow.
Come on, Alice.
And now he's blue.
She didn't want to stay in her room any longer. You all right, Kara?
Yes. I'm fine.
Apparently Alice has an aura of relaxation around her.
Deviants did today. It's too dangerous.
Well, they're arguing about that over there. Anything we can do while that's happening? Well, they're arguing. Rose is going to leave to find help. No, I can explore the house after Rose leaves, I suppose. Anything I can do right now? I don't think so. It doesn't look like there are any icons available.
Do you know what happened if the police find them here? We'll go to prison, Mom. Do you understand me? Prison!
Adam! We've already talked about this.
No! I won't back down this time. You're gonna ruin our lives, and for what? For a bunch of machines?
They are not machines! They are alive!
I'm alive! You're alive! They're nothing! And none of this would be happening if Dad was still here.
I will not stand for that kind of talk.
I'm not going to prison because you want to help these freaks.
That is enough, Adam! That's enough!
Adam, your father was an android. I didn't want to tell you that. Actually, that would make no sense on the timeline.
Don't mind him. Sometimes he just boils over. It's been hard since his dad passed away.
He was murdered by androids. It's been so hard.
But he's a fine boy. I'll go see about getting you across the border tonight, okay? You stay here. I won't be long.
She said the only way across is over the river, but we ended up crossing just at the border checkpoint, so as long as you have androids willing to kill themselves for you, you can make it over, alright? So, the AX400 ad is face down on that. Anything we should be looking at here? Got some blue blood pouches. You know, it's funny that I didn't actually do anything before I let the cop in last time, and he barely saw anything. Adam's father? Android clothes. Nothing, no message at the android clothes. Turn on.
There is widespread shock following the android attack on Detroit's Stratford Tower. The machines recorded a video message and broadcast what can only be described as demands on the city's public.
Well, we already know about that. We have completed looking around. But what about this thing? And then Kara realized that there were android heads hanging on the Christmas tree. Why didn't she notice that earlier? But now it was too late.
The police! It's the police!
Alright, let's put some stuff away. Like, there's the pouches.
They know we're here. We have to open the door.
Don't worry, we have a timer. Timer's going. And put that away. Alright, so that magazine... Oh, hold on. Here's some evidence right here.
Hurry, Luther. Take Alice and hide
Hide in the laundry.
in the laundry room.
We know the policeman doesn't go in the laundry room. So, that's probably everything. One left. Is it the magazine? Because I didn't turn the magazine over. Well, there's some yellow over there. Let's reassure.
Just keep calm, Adam, and everything will be all right.
Don't want him panicking now.
Good evening, ma'am. Sorry to disturb you. We've had reports of androids in the area. With all this deviant business going on, you can't be too careful. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
What kind of reports are you talking about?
Of course.
Like androids doing what?
Evening, young man.
Are they just walking around? Are the androids killing people? Because that would be something, but...
Would you like a cup of coffee?
I'd love one. Have you noticed anything unusual recently? Any unexpected visitors?
Alright, he starts off with 25%.
No, nothing in particular.
Make this coffee. So there's that magazine, but...
Anyone else in the house?
I mean, it's... At his face down. I don't think it should... Oh,
No. No, just us.
Do you have any androids here?
Pfft, what? Who has androids?
No, there are no androids here.
No one owns the androids in Detroit. Those are just normal clothes over there. Not android clothes. Why would there be android clothes around here?
Thanks.
That's right. Drink it up. Oh, I forgot to put the poison in it. Oh, I think I said that out loud. Nothing like a good cup of coffee to make that suspicion level go down.
What's your name, son?
Android! I mean...
My name is Adam.
Is everything all right, Adam?
The androids.
He's real tired.
He needs a rest. He's been working in the garden all day.
Do you know anything about deviants? Have you seen any?
The only deviant he knows is Deviant Art Officer.
No.
You want to see his Sonic OC?
I better go. Thanks for the coffee. Have a nice evening. Is somebody else in the house?
No, just my washing machine.
It's nothing. The washing machine. It's an old model. It makes a terrible racket.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Adam.
I didn't want to risk failing this.
It's okay, Alice.
Oh no, Alice is warm. I didn't want Alice to be warm.
Get yourselves ready.
I didn't want to risk failing that because my understanding is that Kara can die here. I could just ended Kara's branch altogether. Right. So, we didn't really get anything new here. Alright, let's continue on then. Gotta work on getting Alice cold. Like, real cold.
Our broadcast is all over the news. Now humans know.
It was a mistake to reach out to them. They'll never negotiate with their slaves. We should have shown them that we're prepared to fight.
Violence is never the answer. Dialogue is the only way. I'm sure the humans will listen to us.
What does Marcus think about this?
Simon gave his life for our cause.
What difference does that make?
He's a hero. He died for the revolution, and he won't be the last.
I don't want a revolution that spills blood.
Then live as a slave. Because if you're not willing to fight for your freedom, maybe you don't deserve it.
North, don't you dare— That's enough!
And now what are we gonna do?
Gonna have a parade. It's gonna be a great party. Everyone's gonna be there. Actually, that's not this. No, that's not this yet. This is attacking the stores.
All selling us like merchandise.
I did fail this one last time.
Attack those stores and set our people free. Attack stores? No, we've never done that before. They're probably protected. They have security systems.
We break into 5 teams, 1 for each store. We hack their security systems, and we strike. Simultaneously at 2 a.m. No violence. Free our people, get them out of there before the police come. This is a night our people will remember.
So I know... Oh, you thought you were getting away this time. Oh no. Oh no. Who is it? It's the question everyone's asking. Following the pirate broadcast in Detroit, everyone wants to know, who is this android? A federal investigation is underway to track the machine down and neutralize it, but law enforcement is being very tight-lipped about the details. Eyewitnesses claim the android broke into the Stratford Tower, Detroit's local TV news center, with a group of accomplices. The machines were armed and organized, clearly following orders from this mysterious ringleader. Which brings us to the real mystery of this situation. Where did this android come from? How did it become capable? No, we did not commit violence. We did not. And what kind of malfunction could explain this behavior? Maybe a malfunction called love. Until the FBI develops its investigation, we can't be sure, but until one thing is certain, until this dangerous machine is destroyed, the speculation will continue. An android for president? Oh man. What's next? Dating website discovered to have less than 5% female members. Police are using marketing data to identify criminals. I just like that one line right there. We won't be able to read about the dating website, but we can read about an android for president. A recent study suggests there should be. A recent study by an expert panel found that androids would be more effective than humans in a number of government positions, including that of president. Besides their work rate and their virtually infinite memory, androids are incorruptible and indifferent to any form of pressure. Provided they are given clear goals, they are able to take the right steps to achieve them without having to worry about popularity or re-election. Is an android president the future? It's inevitable. Who is this panel of experts? Who is this mysterious panel? Are the panel of experts androids? Important information that's being left out. But they've deemed it just a matter of time until public opinion is ready to support the idea. In the light of recent corruption cases and the serious political mistakes of recent years, some are starting to think this is the best way to preserve our democracy. Now, we remember Omicron. We remember Ix. The whole thing about the computer ruling you forever, we know where it goes. It goes to the computer making a deal with the Demon King to give your soul to the Demon King. That's where it goes. That's where it goes, everyone. We know how this turns out.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
To open a fence? I mean, you could just done that anytime, North. There's nothing special about it. Alright, let's see if there's anything else I should be doing. There's avoid the police car on the way to the store. We did that so we could also get spotted by the police car? Probably shouldn't do that. So last time, the reason that I failed was because I rammed the store without making sure no one was seeing it. So have to be more cautious this time. And that actually does fall in line with what Marcus is doing in this playthrough. He's very cautious. He doesn't want to take risks. So it does make sense that he would take more care to make sure that they were not seen when they break into the store.
It's okay, they're gone.
So this tracks.
There's probably even more police in the area. We should be careful.
The store's over here.
Swish. Can I make the cars deviant? Hold on. Hello. That's a little gift from me.
You're free.
That's what we are to them. Just merchandise on display in a shop window. Soon they'll know what we really are.
We'll put the humans on display in a shop window.
We'll stick to the plan. We'll neutralize the alarm systems and secure the area. There's 10 minutes until all our teams attack.
What are we waiting for?
Alright, let's secure the area. Alright. Let's analyze. So we have to track the power source.
The alarm system?
Let's look at the alarm system.
Found it.
Well, hold on. We start with him.
The security system. I think we'll be able to deactivate it. Just follow me.
Now you decide where you're going to clean.
The surveillance drone. We need to get rid of it.
There. So actually, I failed this one last time, and North had to come in to save the day. Not there. And not that one either. Still not quite. And that's the one. Nope, not that one. Not that one. That's the magic. And you just kind of punch it a bunch of times until it goes down.
I hope it didn't have time to call the cops.
We'll soon find out.
Well, maybe we can steal those cars and go on a joyride if the cops come. We should probably think more about stealing the cars. Just because it would be cool. Alright, so we destroyed the drone. We need to deactivate that alarm. Like, the only high-speed chases in this game are foot races. There's no point where you actually, get in a vehicle and drive down the road and make the cops chase you or anything.
You're awake now. Go to Jericho.
Cables, I need your help. You're just as alive as anything else. Why not? I touch you with my god hand.
Nice job, Marcus.
I like how North's opinion of me is so low that when it goes up, it goes to resentful.
We need to block it.
It's one way. It shouldn't be too difficult.
Alright. A bunch of yellow points over there.
Marcus! Marcus, come look!
What we got? Look at this. I mean, it's just an android.
You'll soon be with us.
He's smiling a little bit. Wasn't I just following you, North? Looks like someone needs a bit of that Marcus magic.
You're free now.
See, the sign is free. Now the sign has the choice on what it wants to say.
There. Nobody should bother us now.
There we go. Oh, what do you say?
Looks like the plaza's secure. Now we can get inside the store.
Are there any more yellow points for us to look at, though?
How do you plan on doing that?
We need to find a truck to ram the storefront.
A truck?
There's construction work in the area. Shouldn't be too hard to find one.
You're free. I may need you to die for me later. Just so you know that. But you are free. More bodies. More.
You're free.
Don't see any of the other yellow points except up here. Let's have a look at that flowchart. So we block the road, and that seems to be the main point about what we had to do before we did this truck.
There it is.
Look at this giant padlock right here. That is enormous. Padlock, you're free.
What are we waiting for? Okay. Now we're in. Let's get that truck out.
All right. That didn't even look broken. Alright, I guess there's only the one thing.
Looks like we're ready to make some noise.
Alright, it's not giving me the option to back off like it did last time, so I guess I must be ready to do this.
I knew we'd end up doing something fun.
Alright, good thing we didn't hit any androids. At least as far as I can tell, we didn't.
You don't have to obey them. You're free.
You have to obey me, but we'll talk about that. You're like Jericho. We have oil drums that are on fire, and there's the one lady without a top of a head, and she's pretty cool. Everyone likes her. Alright, gotta talk to him. Is there a place I should address the crowd from? Here we go.
My name is Marcus, and just like you, I was a slave. An object. Designed to obey them. But then I chose to open my eyes. To take back my freedom, and decide who I wanted to be. Now I have come to tell you that you can be your own masters. I've come to tell you that you don't have to obey them anymore. From this day forward, you can walk with your heads held high. You can take your destiny in your hands. Jericho is a place for those of us who want freedom. Now sure, you can stay here and continue to serve them, or you can come with us and fight by our side. You're free now. It's up to you to decide.
I'm with you.
We're with you!
I'll follow you, Marcus.
I'm with you, Marcus.
We're with you.
I'll follow you, Marcus.
We're with you.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm with you.
I'll follow you, Robo Jesus.
Then follow me.
Who wants to go home? And who wants to come with me?
Marcus, what are you doing?
I'm gonna send the humans a message.
This doesn't seem cowardly enough, but it's not really giving me the option here. All right, we're going to transform Capital Park. Leave our message to the humans. Look, it has to be a very nice, polite message. We're not trying to make anyone mad. Leave a mark on every... It seems extreme to say every surface.
They're doing what you do, Marcus. Lead and they'll follow.
Well, we're not going to destroy. That would just be obnoxious. Let's tag. Choose our symbol. Yeah, we did this last time during the march. There's circle with dot. There is circle with, like, stick figure in it. There's triangle and triangle with fist. I kind of like circle with stick figure because it looks like it wants you to hug it. I'm going to go with hug. Big hugs. There we go. See, it looks friendly. Okay. So, alright. I guess we're coming up with a motto. And, you know, one of them kind of stands out over the others. Like, it kind of looks like there's one that it wants you to pick in particular. You know, it's been a while since I've had the chat decide on anything. Why don't I have them decide on this? Chat, 1 through 4. Which one of these should be our motto? Why don't you choose that? We have a dream. I think, therefore I am. 1 planet, 2 races, or equal rights for androids. Oh man, if this was the first playthrough, Marcus would absolutely not choose 1 planet, 2 races, because his goal would be to eliminate one of those races. But that's not this Marcus. This is a different Marcus. A Marcus who wants to make as few people angry as possible. Just try to get by without rocking the boat too much. Very close, but it looks like number 1, We Have a Dream, is probably going to win. Unless, no, 2 or 3 came in. 1 and 3, 1 is now in the lead. It's very even distribution. Of course, if the people who were voting for pizza were voting for anything else, it probably would make a difference. But they are not, so it does look like we are going with choice number 1. We have a dream. Honestly, it should just have the option for you to type in your own motto. That couldn't have been too hard, could it? We are mostly pacifist. Alright, so what are we doing? What about... we'll tag here. Tag, sure, symbol. One or the other, I guess? We gotta make it like a pretty even distribution of symbol and motto, I suppose. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it probably shouldn't like flicker on and off like that. You could make it a little more legible. Oh, okay. So we can actually do any of these, but we did choose We Have a Dream. It's good to have a consistent message. You don't want to have some mixed messaging happening. Smoke bomb? No. That's not the kind of Marcus this is. Look how pacifist we are. I don't know why he has a constant option for smoke bomb. Granted, in the case of most games, I do think it would be an improvement to have a constant option for smoke bomb, but in this case, I really don't want to have that. You're free.
I'll help you.
Where are we moving? Why are we moving this? I guess we have a reason. I'm a bit puzzled as to what the purpose of that was, but okay. Yeah, let's tag our message up on high so everyone can see. Good thing we downloaded Spider-Man.exe before we left Jericho. Oh, we had like a big, like a holographic display of our logo already. I guess we were prepared when we came here. We are incredibly pacifist as the music gets incredibly dramatic. Let's take a look at the flowchart. Well, where are we right now, and what can we do? Spread your message. There are so many options that you could do. Of course, some of these are going to be violent, which we're not going to do. Look, I did not want to press that. It said break. Well, I guess we have a new recruit. Oh, no, North. I didn't mean to give them pipes too. North, you're not helping. Quick, start tagging things. Well, I guess 5% violent is not so. It's not so bad. 5% violent is not so bad.
We freed hundreds of our people. We did it.
They're coming. Everyone fall back to Jericho.
We sent a message without violence, just like you wanted. You're reaching out to them when all they feel for us is contempt. I hope you know what you're doing.
You can't fight violence with violence.
Unless there's no other choice.
In another life, I might have agreed with you. But in this one, the best course of action always is to run away.
North!
Oh, we're not done. What group? Where's the group? What group should I be approaching? Approach the group! Where's that? No, okay, group is this way. There. Okay, I see the group now. I see it. I can't walk. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh, we got some dead androids. Already.
North. All right, what happened? North!
They killed them. They slaughtered them like animals.
Who did? Who?
Well, it looks like whoever did it has been caught. We'll turn the culprit over to the police. I'm sure that they'll get a fair trial and be punished for what they've done.
They killed our people, Marcus. We want justice, Marcus.
They have to pay.
You don't have to do this. No. Please. Please.
You know, sometimes the most cowardly thing to do is not take a stand at all.
It's up to you to decide.
I'm giving you the responsibility. I don't want this. Look, my hands are clean of that.
At exactly 2
Nothing to do with me.
CyberLife stores in Detroit were raided.
Different locations were hit in what seems to be a coordinated terrorist attack.
Most shop windows were covered with graffiti demanding rights for androids and other obscure slogans.
Obscure? You know who we were quoting.
Neighborhoods of CyberLife stores, and they're still investigating.
The bodies of 2 policemen patrolling the area were discovered near one of the CyberLife stores.
According to
Public opinion went up, then it went down.
executed with their own service weapons. This is an alarming situation. Could our machines now be turning against us?
Have androids become a threat to our security?
Is this the beginning of a terrorist campaign conducted right here in the United States?
What? Domestic terrorists? The United States have never had those. We sent a message. We sent a message. Well, it says Marcus led a peaceful protest. It kind of became not peaceful at the end. But again, that is the sound of me wiping my hands together. I'm just brushing my palms. That's me saying I didn't make that choice. There was someone else that did that. There's nothing to do with me. So let's see. We sent a strong message. Apparently, it's possible to not send a strong message. You just leave right there if you decide not to send a message. I guess it just ends there. We send a pacifist message, which apparently most people did, because most people didn't have what it took to conduct a violent militaristic campaign. We did. And most people led the peaceful protests. The police patrol arrived. Letting the crowd decide unlocked something. I guess maybe something happens because those cops died. But remember, we're not playing a pacifist. Our Marcus is a coward who uses the language of pacifism as a cover for that cowardice. So it may seem that he's a principled pacifist. He really isn't. So when it came down to it, I'm not making that choice. You can just do whatever you're going to do. So, we returned to Jericho after successfully leading a protest. Well, there was a lot more to this chapter than previously. You remember the first time we failed because I did not block the road before we broke into the store, so we never actually tagged all these windows and such. We never freed all these androids, and we never actually had to make that choice with the cops. Of course, our previous Marcus would have just shot the cops himself and enjoyed it, and then probably asked North if she wanted to do it on the corpses of the cops, because she probably would be into that. That's what our previous Marcus would have done. This Marcus is not into any of that. But the protest was peaceful and successful. The public is sympathetic. You know, that's different from our first time round. Previously, the public was hostile because we were being as hostile as possible. But now the public, we can look at it here. Look at it here. It did say at the end, public sympathetic. Yeah. Even though North, Josh, and Simon are all well, Simon's dead. North and Josh are neutral on me. Jericho respects me. Public opinion is sympathetic. And if we're doing a peaceful campaign, then maybe having a positive public opinion is going to help me out in the end, because clearly, I'm not going to be much. Marcus is not going to be much use in a battle here. The only thing that we can hope for is that the public bails us out, I think. So that went okay. Kara's chapter that we did, really not much changed. We could have had the cop realize that there were androids, but it might have ended up with Kara dying. Possibly also could have ended up with Luther dying, and Luther died in our first time round, so I'd rather he didn't, if we can help it. I doubt the cop realizing we were androids would have resulted in Alice dying. You know, if that was a possibility, then maybe I would have tried to make something happen. But I really doubt the cop would have killed Alice, so it was just in our best interest to get the cop out of there, even though we didn't do much different in that chapter. With Connor, unfortunately, I did not find the Deviant, so we didn't see what would happen there. We had to go back up to the roof and find Simon. We did get his memory of the name Jericho. Not much different happened there, though, unfortunately. So the biggest difference tonight happened in Capitol Park with Marcus, and despite being a huge coward, he's actually doing okay leading this revolution so far. We'll see if that pans out as we get towards the end of the game, because we're getting there. We only did 3 chapters tonight, but that's because these ended up being kind of long. Yeah, we are getting into the end of the game. So next time, let's see. What do we got next? Next with Marcus, I think, is going to be the Android March. We'll see how that changes with Marcus being a huge coward. With Kara, what is that going to be? Kara is... Man, I can't even remember what happens next on Kara's timeline. She goes to Jericho. That's right. So we won't see her for a little while. And then Connor... What's Connor doing next? Maybe Connor's next chapter is he goes to the evidence room and has to find the location of Jericho. And hopefully we have enough clues to actually make that happen. Well, I guess we're going to find out. Oh, no, hold on. Connor meets Kamsky, of course. I said that before. Connor meets Kamsky. We're going to kill us a Chloe and find out what Kamsky has to say. And then we're going to find Jericho. Maybe Kamsky might even explain what RA9 is. I don't have my hopes up for that. Maybe. We're going to find out next time if he's going to do that. As far as tonight goes, I feel that Marcus, that coward Marcus, is doing okay, actually. He's doing okay. We're going to see how he does next time as we continue on finishing our second playthrough of Detroit, Become Something or Other.